everyone and welcome back to my channel for a new mock military video. Today we have the Mi-26 from Russia. This is the largest helicopter in the world. And today we have the mock in 1:35 scale, the usual minifigure scale that you can also see here. We have two minifigures just like my other designs that if you want to check you can find here in the right up corner or caption the video. Many playlists divided by categories, so it's easier to find what you want to see. And let's start with the first question you probably have after you watched the previous photos and the videos. Yes, this helicopter is motorized. We have a motor and a battery pack inside. Hopefully while I'm speaking you are also watching some clips I made of the rotors working thanks to the prototype. Maybe in the future I'll make a better review with the full model built, while here today I'll show you everything on the program, and sometimes you will see clips of the parts I tested in real life and I made a recording of them. But before starting, remember to check the caption of the video for the playlist I told you before, but also because you can find the instructions to build this mock and my other mocks, or a link to get the full kit where you get at home both parts and instructions, so you don't need anything else. But keep in mind, I don't know when you are watching this video, the instructions in this precise moment are still not available because the project is huge. We have a total of 4,348 parts, and I decided to divide the instructions in smaller mocks, so you will get 3 separate instructions, one for the base, one for the roof that I'll show you very soon. You can easily disconnect to check the inside of the helicopter, and the last one for the 2 rotors. This way it's easier to sort the parts, and I think also the overall workflow should go smoother for you. I'm sorry, but again, if you want quality, you need to wait a little bit more than usual. But don't worry, the instructions will arrive. And now I think we can finally check this beast. Again, this is the largest helicopter in the world that can lift even airplanes, so yeah, it's a crazy machine. I have no idea where to start because it's really big. Maybe we can start from the outside, so later we can remove the roof and better check the inside. What do you think? You can't answer me, so in my mind you said yes, good idea. Obviously we have a rotor that can rotate. You have watched a clip with it working, so I think it's useless to show you again, but yeah, this thing can obviously rotate. Now it's pretty complex, the design is quite cool. I tried to include as many details as possible. Here I'm zooming a lot. All these details are not really needed, but they are cool. And we also have in real life a nice bending, while here you can see they are pretty flat, pretty straight, the rotor blades, just like the real one, so it's a feature. On the rear we have the back rotor. Also this one is pretty cool with 5 blades, but what we can check here are the smaller details like this bumper. This one is a tail bumper needed to avoid the back rotor to hit the ground in case of landing not very smooth. Then we have antennas and little details here and there that, as usual, when I find something in the references I try to copy them on my mocks when possible. If we keep going here, on the top we can see on the side and a little bit on the top here some stairs that are needed for the I think maintenance personnel to go here on the top, so they can use these little stairs that are only on this side and not on the other one for some reasons. Obviously you can find a little details here and there. These are obviously here you can find the main exhaust of the engines that are inside here, the 2 main engines. Here we have the top part of the rotor. Here is where you connect the rotor and it can rotate. And now I would like to show you the inside of this part. 1 and 2 sides can be easily removed. Now I remove one to show you. This panel that you can remove on both sides is connected only here and here, so it's very easy to remove. And this feature is present so you can check the engines. These are connected to the main motor, are really working. Obviously for the model are not the engines giving the power to the rotors, but they move, and I think it's a cool feature that you can see them rotate. That's why I decided to make this panel easy to disconnect, so you can disconnect it and see them from the side rotating. Then here on the front you can see these are the covers for the air intakes of the engines. Inside here we have the complex system of gears to make everything work that I'll not show you because it's a secret. But what I can show you here is on this side and on this other side we have two buttons. Maybe you can see them, maybe you cannot. In the program maybe are a little bit more visible. If you can see a little square here hidden, this is a button, and we have another one on this side. Maybe now or before you watched a clip where I clicked them, but what they are needed for. On this side we have the battery pack needed to make the helicopter work. So now I'll take it out. This is the battery pack. Now here there should be a cable that in the program is not visible, but we have a cable that connects here, and the decision to use this specific battery pack and not another one, it's because here we have this button, and the best thing I think is that the button is hidden with the fuselage. So if you know there is a button here, you know, if not you don't, so top secret. On this other side we have the same button, as you can see, but this one is needed for a different reason. This one is connected with the fuselage, so if you move the helicopter it will not slide out by mistake. So I found a way to make this operation easier, and if you push this button, the battery pack will slide out, just enough to take it out with your hands. Again, hopefully I recorded some clips to show you better what I mean. I made both buttons symmetrical, more hidden, I don't know. Let me know your opinion, but I think this was the best choice. On the top we also have this little hatch. This one can obviously open like this, just like the real one. And from here you can see the inside and a ladder. But before removing the wall roof, I can show you that also this little part can be disconnected separately. So you can disconnect the cockpit roof and the cargo bay roof, well, rotor, tail, everything else separately. You can decide to disconnect both, only one, that's up to you. And from here you can check the cockpit. These specific printed parts you see here do not exist in real life with this color, but as usual my printed parts are mostly to show you how everything works. You can choose whatever you want, you can customize them, you can use a standard color and stickers, that's up to you. So here is just to show you how it works, but these parts again in this specific color you can't find them original, so keep it in mind. Now how you can open this? Well, this can simply open. We have some clips where I show you I tested them. So first you open these two side doors, and now you can already see a little bit of the inside. And then we can move this one out like this. On the program obviously takes longer than in real life where you have fingers. And here you also have this that can be opened. Also in real life they do not close completely. You can find very cool clips about this helicopter on YouTube if you want. Also in real life they are not completely closed. You can also completely remove them if you don't like this feature, so you can simply do not use them. And from here you can check the inside, that I think from here it's very cool. We have 3 doors, I don't know the reason, but we have 3 doors. 1, 2, and 3. The 2 back doors are symmetrical and smaller, while the front one is a bit larger, as you can see. From the inside, this is what you can see, that I think again it's pretty cool. Here you have a little hole, but don't worry, I also designed a cover, so you can decide to keep this hole that you can see also here from the bottom. Here you can see the cover for the hole I told you before. And how you can disconnect the roof? Well, this roof is connected only here, and now I show you better where. And more or less here we have the connection. It's not fully connected, so it's easier to disconnect. My suggestion is to remove the rotor first because it's heavy and very large. It's difficult to work with it with the rotor, so you can disconnect first the rotor. Don't worry, that part it's easy. I often do it with the prototype. Then you can remove the whole roof like this. So this part is a single mock. You have separate instructions for it, so you will get again 3 separate instructions and parts list. One for the main base here, one for the roof, and one for the 2 rotors, so 3 instructions. And the whole motor part of the helicopter, so gears and everything, it's there. So here we have no motors, no everything. This one is a more standard mock. Now from here I can show you better. The whole roof is connected here on this little pin, and here. These 2 are the only connections. This one is not really connected. On the other side we have flat parts, so it's only needed for the weight of the roof because it's very large, very big, so I needed some place to keep the weight stable. But the real connection is present only here and here. You have access to the wall inside. Here we have a little bit less space because I needed some support for the roof, so that's why we have this part fixed on the fuselage. But I don't think it's a big problem. You still have access to everything. You can place the minifigures inside. That you can see how big is a minifigure compared to the helicopter. You can place many minifigures inside. You have 12 studs of space because every one of these is 6 studs. So anything larger than 12 studs cannot fit, but smaller, yes. And 12 studs wide, it's a lot. You can easily place a car inside here. We have the little ladder I told you before from the outside. This one is connected to this hatch on the top that we can open again because it's connected to the fuselage and not part of the roof. Sorry, I know, a bit weird, but with bricks I have to find compromises. Come on, it's still cool. Here you can see the door that connects the cargo bay to the cockpit, and again we can disconnect this roof of the cockpit separately, so you can decide to disconnect only one or both. In this case we disconnect both, and from here you have access to the cockpit with all the many instruments. And this time I think we can place the minifigure inside, so you can see how it looks with a minifigures, because we have space for 4 of them. Obviously this is a Russian helicopter, so we need 4 Russian names for these minifigures. Actually 5 if we want to count also the guy here. 5 typical Russian names, so Jorge, Anna, Sakura, Tom, Suzuki. Well, the cockpit, as you can see, we have many instruments everywhere. I tried to add as many details as possible. You can see instruments also here on the sides and hidden here and there everywhere. And this is how it looks like from the outside with the minifigures inside. That also very cool, because we have all these trans clear parts for the windows. Inside here we have this hole that if you don't like it, you can simply remove 1 and the 2 tiles. Okay, now you have these 2 connection points. You take this part, connect it here. It's closed, no hole anymore. Obviously it's so thick because you close both this side but also the bottom, and finally we can check it. On the bottom we find many more details. Obviously the main landing gear, that this one is a steering, so you can go right and left like the real one. We have many antennas, pitot tubes, lights, sensors. Then we have a beacon light here, and this part is one of the craziest of the model. Only for this section you have more or less 800 parts. Maybe you may think why? Why using so many parts? You know, I have a problem with the details. I could keep this shape from here, but what I wanted to achieve is this little 1-2 millimeters difference. Now I needed to zoom a lot only to show you, but believe me, The real one has these long fins. I don't know what they are for. They are cool. I want them on my model. I'm sorry if you didn't care about this feature and now you have to buy 700 pieces more, but I'm sorry, I'm crazy. I don't know what else to say here. Then here we have these huge landing gears that you have seen already a clip before, or maybe you are watching it now, where I tested them in real life. And here you have an overall view of the weight and size of this machine. And I think this way you can appreciate more how massive this mock is. And one more thing before concluding the video, I think here you can even better appreciate how massive the mock is compared to the other helicopters I designed until now. I don't know, I have to say something about it. I think what you see here is enough to understand the dimensions. Maybe I can move it around a little bit. This one is the smallest, the little bird. And okay, it's quite fun compared to the massive Mi-26. You can literally fit it inside and you still have space. And well, the main rotor is almost as large as the tail rotor of the Mi-26. They are both 5 blades rotors, so I think it's a pretty cool coincidence. So yeah, I don't know, I have to add something here. And that's it, the video review finished here. The instructions will arrive, don't worry. I don't know when you are watching this video, so check the caption of the video where you can find the links to get the instructions and the full kit. But if you don't find it, don't worry, the instructions are already a work in progress and I need a little bit more time. If you subscribe, if you're not subscribed yet, and follow me also on Instagram, you can get more updates about when they are available. For this little info, you can usually find or a post here on YouTube, that's why you have to be subscribed or you will miss it, or a story on the Instagram channel, so you can follow me also there. As usual, let me also know what you want to see next. I read your comments and follow your suggestions. I have a schedule, but if I see something is really requested, will probably be the next one. So it's up to you to let me know what you want to see next and in which scale, because also the scale is important. Remember, I usually make 3 main scales, 1 to 35, that is my largest scale, the minifigure one, 1 to 70, that is the half of this scale, and 1 to 300, that is the half of the half of the half of this scale. And now that's really it. See you again next time in a new video. Bye!